Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy and welcome to Telon Times, the show all about the classic MMORPG Vanguard, Saga of Heroes. Today I'm going to take a look at some crafting. Now, for anyone totally new to the game, I want to go over some reasons why you should destroy any of your preconceptions about what crafting is, and that crafting might be boring and it's stupid or just a side plug-in thing for today's MMOs. And I also want to go over some of the specific features in Vanguard. So, and I just want to show you, kind of go through the motions of what it might be like to level up and stuff. So let's get to it. If we look at my character sheet, of course, like I said in previous episodes, crafting is one of three major spheres. You have your own levels, and the level cap is 50, the same as for diplomacy and adventuring. You have your own equipment that can get better and more elite as you level up. You have your own bags, and there's a wide variety of tools to be had. And here is just a few of the many. As you can see, I have improved saw, worn drill, engraver, hammers, chisels, rigging tools, and you see they all have like bonuses and stuff, different kinds, plus 2 to tool effectiveness. Well, most of them all have it plus 2 tool effectiveness right now, because I'm pretty low level and I didn't get any better equipment. But equipment can be improved. You can see here I have an improved saw, and it's blue named because I actually build it myself, and I used better quality material, and it came out higher quality. So that can have an effect on how well you craft. There's many different ways to craft. Here's skills for crafting. This is sort of just to kind of go over and show your progress and stuff. Very similar in World of Warcraft, actually. But you can actually allocate skill points that you earn to 4 different areas, categories in crafting: problem solving, reasoning, ingenuity, and finesse. So very cool. I think I had been upping finesse for some reason. You can learn a little bit about what they'll actually affect and stuff through different means in-game, and there's plenty of information on Vanguard wikis and online, and the community is very helpful. So that's a little bit of a taste to get started. Crafting is huge in Vanguard, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is maybe in my mind's eye, it's not exactly what I've always dreamt of, but nothing else comes close. Nothing else comes closer or even close to Vanguard to pleasing me with crafting. I love crafting. I love the idea of crafting the first time I ever thought about it or ever started playing MMOs. And Vanguard scratches that itch every step of the way. In my opinion, crafting is very deep and rich in Vanguard, and it is not a side plug-in. It's not treated as though it's a boring thing. In my opinion, now this is a bit of a rant, ever since World of Warcraft, and even in the beginning, I thought World of Warcraft's crafting was really awesome, actually. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I think World of Warcraft did a lot of things right, and a lot of their crafting in the beginning I thought was really cool. I think it went downhill significantly after Burning Crusade came out. And eventually, WoW and pretty much every other MMO puts crafting on the wayside. I mean, again, in my opinion, I think it's counterintuitive and it's retrograde to create a system and then call it a crafting system and then make its purpose for existing to create armor. But then but really all that armor and stuff is going to be handed to you through totally different means. It totally undermines the point of even bothering to code and create a crafting system. And actually, this is where I have to praise many Korean and Eastern import MMOs. Because I think they know this, and I think they were very intelligent, and they saw this. And if you look at a lot of the newer Korean imports, they don't really have a true crafting system. They just simply have a little, much smaller, ancillary upgrade system that very much is obvious that it is just there to enhance and upgrade the drops that you find via the dungeons or through different kinds of combat and action gameplay. So, that's very smart of them. But it doesn't, for me, I'm a crafter. I wanted to go back to what Vanguard tried to do. Vanguard tried to take MMOs a little bit differently. Crafting, to me, the whole story is going to be about like what's action packed and what's fun and what's action and what's here's combat and over the years crafting has become seen as work, as boring, as going through the motions of something you have to get through to get to the good stuff. I totally don't agree with any of that at all. I'll tell you right now. I say nope. Crafting to me is the focus. It is front and center. It's about anything and everything in an MMO, as long as it's made well. And I think the atmosphere today is simply a combination of many things. But ultimately, it's just the way the crafting is treated and made. Really, honestly, I believe wholeheartedly that combat and dungeons could literally, right now, be the boring, stupid stuff, or what people are like, that's stupid, let's get it out of the way. That could be right now. I mean, that could be the way it is right now, and all it would take is for a little bit of recoding, changing the mechanics in the game a little bit, doing a little bit of fancy advertising, and maybe changing the focus of the game and kind of changing the marketing of your game and who you're marketing to exactly. Of course, that's probably not 100% true. Combat is combat, and I mean we have conflict and stuff in sports, and that permeates through our entire culture. But while I'm blabbing, let me start going through some stuff here just to show what it looks like as I continue to rant and rave. So I think that is just a symptom. I don't think that's written in stone ideology. That crafting doesn't have to be at its core. It doesn't have to be boring. I mean, it can be totally action-packed and totally fun and totally not going through the motions. And I think it's just all about how you treat it. Do you want it? Do you want to give it the attention it deserves? Do you want to actively try to make it better in your game? I mean, because that's what's happening with dungeons every single day. It's getting the attention. It's not. I wouldn't say it's getting the attention because crafting is boring. I don't think that's it at all. Because crafting is not boring. Crafting to me is boring because it didn't get the attention, and it didn't get the attention it deserved or deserves now, in my opinion. Everybody likes what they like. I love crafting, and Vanguard, for people who kind of like the idea of crafting, Vanguard just has these interesting elements to it that really get my imagination going. Ideas of like, wow, what if you did this? And the same thing happens when people are running dungeons. Players start to, what is it, they call it theory crafting. People will start talking like, wow, that dungeon's cool, but it would be awesome if that dungeon procced at 50% or, whatever, and then it did, you get these ideas of, like, wanting to daydream and improve your favorite aspects of the game, and sometimes you get ideas, you bounce ideas off of things the game showed you, and that's kind of like what you get in here. Oh, I ran out of, oh, I switched my tool, I forgot. Let me see. I switched to the wrong tool set. So this is just, I'm just going through this. I'm not explaining some of this as I rant and rave about a totally, well, not totally different subject, but this is just, I just want to show you the going through the motions like every day. So you know, you might be wondering as I'm going through this, you might be like, well, I wish you'd explain this and that. I'll get to try to explain as much as I can eventually here. But I just want to show you what it looks like to, you know, to go through the motions real quick. But back to ranting and raving, which I seem to like to do all too much these days. Ultimately, I think crafting can be just as fun, or even more fun, than combat. More fun. It can be more fun than PvP. It could be more fun than an instance dungeon. I truly believe that. I think it has, because I think a lot of its success depends on the treatment it gets, and it just simply isn't getting the treatment. Now I know that's because a lot of people are focusing on action and stuff, but I don't think it's because it's a terrible, boring thing, and so it's gotten pushed to the wayside deservingly. I don't think that at all, actually. But okay, I'll quit ranting and raving on that subject because I'll just be beating a dead horse. But as you can see, I've been going through these steps, and in some of the steps I have multiple choices, and you can see my points are going down, and you can see this grade scale, you know, and it's all ending in, whoops, all ended in destroyed material at grade D. I failed to meet the quality demands. So I'm going to take that. I might be able to sell it or just throw it away. So let me start over and maybe just say what I'm doing, kind of give the commentary. Got a little, okay, what was that one I was doing? Let's try something else here. Yeah, let's try the Thestrin Weekend Wood Club. These are new recipes I just got yesterday. So I chose it, and it'll tell you if you meet all the requirements on that previous page. So I hit net begin. It comes to this step to let me choose material I want. Here's many different types of wood boards that I have that I can choose from. Vatari's Weekend Wood Board, Century's Weekend, and Mystics. So I'll choose, I have two of these, so I'll choose Vatari's, and then I can choose a solvent. That's a requirement. I have 25, so I should have enough, because some of these actions that you go through will use up the solvent, and if I use too much and I run out of solvent, I get stuck through the crafting process. Okay, I need a weighted wood grip, and this is actually a recipe. I had to make this first before I could even make the recipe I'm on right now. So I had to build weighted wood grip from a recipe. And then there's other items I could choose from that do different things, and I could look in my bag to get an idea what some of this stuff does, like Orb of Distilled Power. Crafting, it's for an amateur outfitter. I'm an amateur artificer, and technically I'm a mineralogist within the artificing profession, as you can see on my craft with equipment window. So that might not help me too much, but I have other stuff too, as you can see. Orb of Distilled Matter, it's just all thrown in here. Here's the matter, here's for amateur blacksmith. And here's stuff, Orb of Pure Matter, here's an amateur artificer, Orb of Pure Magic. So let's find Orb of Pure Magic right here and click on it, and then we'll begin. Now as you level up your crafting, well, I'm only 13, you'll start to be able to hold more stuff in your table, which is this, and you'll be able to refine and create better quality woods, and other items that become ingredients for these recipes, which ultimately result in which wood am I on? There it is. Which ultimately results in getting better grades. As you can see, I started out with a pretty good piece of wood, and that right away that gave me 18% towards my quality, which is nice. Now, you can start to learn to look ahead like in chess and craft this out, and so that I'm relying on previous knowledge, so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm flying through some of these. But there are different choices, like in this one, this is the solvent kind of phase, cleaning phase. Now I could use corrode debris. They'll tell you progress, speed, items required, and then how many action points it costs, and that's this purple bar here. So this is 75 moderate. Here's one. It results in higher quality, so that's nice. But you have to realize that it'll take 2 solvents per use, and it will cost more action points. And if you look here, I'll use the smaller one. See, the progress went up a little bit. Well, let me use this one to get the quality. Now the quality goes up, but it didn't move the progress bar. So there's different things you have to pay attention to, kind of like chess a little bit. I like to sometimes try to get all of my quality I can squeeze in just this one phase before I move on. Okay, now this is a complication. These will happen many times. Some recipes will be harder than others. If you try to do a harder recipe, like a higher level recipe, you're more likely to get complications, and they cost action points. And sometimes you'll have the necessary equipment and tools, and sometimes you won't. They can slow down your process, which ultimately results in needing more action points and could spoil your plans to create a high-grade weapon or item. Now here I have the necessary stuff. I clicked on it to get rid of it, but you can see it's really eating up action points. But it only took twice to get rid of that, and so that might have been better. Now I could have went ahead and kept crafting and ignored the complication and kind of crafted through it, but it would have resulted in eating up more action points, and it might have made my quality grade go down a little bit. So it's all about learning all the different little aspects, because there's many different variables that will affect this. Of course, in newer MMOs, it's like, oh, crafting. Okay, I have to click and gather 100 copper ore, and then I go to a blacksmith table, and I have a recipe to make a sword, and I just need you might need to refine the copper into ingots or something, and then you need maybe one other ingredient, and then you just hit go, and you're like clang clang clang, and boing, you have like 40 swords or whatever. I don't know. Which isn't terrible. I know I'm making it sound kind of bad. Also, real quick, let me go back to this. This is what it resulted. Of Votari's club, and it's grade quality A, and you can see I got +3 vitality, +17 energy. Now if I only had like grade B or grade C, it could have been totally different. It could have been less damage. It could have been these bonus abilities might not have been on it, and that's all from the exact same recipe, which I think is very, very cool. Let's try this again. Weekend Wood Club, we're going to try this again, and I think I forgot to use the Orb of Magic, didn't I? So we'll try to quickly go through this. There it is. I keep forgetting where that's at. So I'm trying to get back to this solvent phase, and you can see here, let's see, deep cleaning, that's a different one. I might have missed a step where I could use this. Or maybe it's not going to let me. I wasn't paying attention. So that's something else I kind of have to look out for. There might be some other requirements that I'm not meeting or not paying attention to. So we'll just quickly finish this up. And then I want to take a look at our recipe book. Now look at this. We have it's grade C. It's totally different. It's called a Mystics Club. I love that stuff. Now it does look like it's fairly similar as far as like quality and strength, but it does have +3 wisdom, so that's kind of more geared towards magic using. So, alright, so let's take a look at, here's abilities, here's normal recipes we have under a refining tab, and then we have a finishing tab, and we have all this stuff here, chip slate, altars. Here's some stuff we just did under primary. We did the Thestron Club. Here's the secondary. Now here's assembly section. Nothing to look at right there right now. There's many different tables, not just one workbench for each profession. There's many workbenches for each profession. There's assembly benches for what I just showed you for assembling. There's refining to do sort of what I just did. I did finishing, so I did what's called finishing, and I did a Thestron Weekend Wood Club using under the finishing tab. Now I could have used maybe the same workbench to do this quartz jewel, which is later used as an ingredient in other stuff, and then eventually I could make parts of something. And then I'd go to an assembly block or table, and those parts would be listed in here, and I'd choose what I needed, and I'd assemble the item. And your items will also be in your main quest log under the crafting tab. And you can see what I have here. I'm definitely on some, not the recipes, the crafting quests will be listed on your quest log under the crafting tab. Currently I have some of these. Now, I had some low level ones. Crafting can be hard. It can have a learning curve. My best advice is to imagine it like it's the hardest part of a game, or your favorite part of a game. You know, you go into today's games, and people have preconceived notions, and it can make you frustrated when things don't meet those preconceived ideas. So a person might jump into a game, a standard game, and they've played so many other games, they just kind of know that crafting is very simplistic on the side and maybe boring, and that's what they expect then. So it could be a little frustrating for somebody totally new to Vanguard to jump into this game and then be like, why isn't this quick? Why can't I find nothing? This is frustrating. And they might be like, this is stupid. I hate it. This is dumb. And they say, let me get back onto the dungeons. I'm like, well, if you look at my previous Telon Times, I talk a little bit about many different aspects of Vanguard, how it's different from World of Warcraft and other games that fall into the theme park family of MMOs. And try to just give a general idea of what brand new people can expect, especially since it's going free to play this summer. So one thing that took me a long time and many crafting levels to figure out was just a place where to go, which is in this room right here, to find this Raylern Seaforge to do it in a level 11 quest, just so I could get recipes so I could finish a level 6 quest, which doesn't make any sense, does it? Nah, it kind of confuses me too. But there's different kinds of quests. There's tier quests, and then there's regular quests, and then there's work orders, which work orders, imagine work orders like daily quests that you're just questing and leveling up in another game. Runes of Magic has those daily quest boards in every town or city or hub, and it's to help you level up. You know, you do your world quests, and then you're allowed 10 daily quests a day, and it's like kill 10 spiders, and here's some XP for turning in the daily quest, and you can do it 9 more times. That's sort of what work orders are to crafting in Vanguard. You can go to all these different places and constantly take these work orders, and it's just a really great way to win some extra coin and prizes and materials and level up. And you can find tons of work orders at different rating levels everywhere you go. Right now these are all white named, which are currently about my level of experience. You can take on yellow, which are harder, and so it would be harder to craft. You could get more complication and so on. So like here's this, and also crafting plays heavily into the housing, open world housing, and boating. You can build your own boat. Crafting also can require heavy use of other people's time and skills. You cannot do it all with your own profession that you choose. Even crafting recipes as early as level 6. Look here, I have a level 6 building materials. This is to find these quest objectives. I need barbed wood board, copper sheet, slate stone block, mangled leather, and cotton cloth. Okay, I could get away with making the barbed wood board. I just got a recipe at level 11 for that. And I think I have a recipe for the slate stone block. I only just got at level 11 through my Thestron tier quests. So I can make the stone block and barbed wood, and you can see I have some of them. I have 2 of the blocks and 3 of the wood. But I cannot make the copper sheet, the mangled leather, or the cotton cloth. I need to maybe hit the auction house or just talk to people, get some help. You know, if I'm in a guild, get my guildies to help me, however you need to do it, just to complete this quest, which isn't terrible. I mean, that's just plays into group stuff. Another interesting thing is just simply gathering. You can do group gathering, which is interesting. I've never actually experienced it myself, but you and one or more people can form a party, I guess, and together you can go and mine the same chunk of ore, or all help chop down the same tree. And I think what it does is it yields bonuses for, well, that took a while to load. It yields bonuses for everybody that, you know, over what you would normally get if you did it all by yourself. So as you can see here, over here is a mineral cluster. I'm going to go try to mine this bad boy. This is a small. I'm already up to medium. Now there are levels, as you'll see if you look down into the chat window in the bottom left. When I complete my crafting, you'll see some figures pop up, and it'll say that my skill in gathering and harvesting went up by so many points. Something. And then I'd go to an assembly block or table, and those parts would be listed in here, and I'd choose what I needed and I'd assemble the item. And your items will also be in your main quest log under the crafting tab. And you can see what I have here. I'm definitely on some not the recipes, the crafting quests will be listed on your quest log under the crafting tab. Currently I have some of these. Now, I had some low level ones. Crafting can be hard. It can have a learning curve. My best advice is to imagine it like it's the hardest part of a game, or your favorite part of a game. PvE, or dungeons, or guild halls, or decorating houses, or crafting. You know, a developer's imagination can run as wild as a player's imagination, and really awesome ideas could happen and occur for any aspect of gameplay. And I think Vanguard does a really awesome job at crafting. I love it, and you're not going to get this experience anywhere else, especially in today's MMOs. The trend right now is action skill-based combat in the industry right now. So everybody's focusing on that. And for years now, crafting has been placed on the wayside. When the game goes free to play, I really hope Sony does not downplay crafting. I love it the way it is, and I would actually like to see it be harder and be more challenging, and get more recipes and be beefed up even more. But that's going to do it for this week's Telon Times. I already went way over. I think all my shows this week have been going way over any kind of reasonable time limit. I also do Dungeoneered on Fridays, which is all about your player-made houses and dungeons in EverQuest 2, and I have a brand new show called User that comes out every Saturday, all about user-generated content across many different MMOs. So that will feature little bits and pieces of stuff from different MMOs from week to week. And of course, Telon Times comes out every Sunday, and you can always get a hold of me on Twitter. I'm at Jeremy_Stratton. You can find me on Google Plus, Jeremy Stratton, and my website is justonemore.com, spelled MMORE, and all those links will be in the description below, and I will see you guys next week.